And welcome back again, guys. And again, this is Mikeratto, and welcome to our new video. We're going to discuss heel versus face, Chris Jericho. Subscribe for more videos by subscribing here. Like, comment down below, and share. To stay notified, click on the bell. Well, here we go. While in his debut, he debuted as a heel. He interrupted The Rock, The Undertaker, and he even got this countdown. While also, he actually won his first IC title and becoming also co-IC champions with China during his first year. And then he got his first face turn after WrestleMania 2000. Well, Jericho won the European title, Benoit won the IC title, and then Kurt Angle, the former Eurocontinental champion, was actually defeated in that match. While after that, Jericho by that, while he turned face after China actually turning on him and joining Eddie Guerrero in the process. And there were rumors that he was supposed to be a part of the Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania 2000, but Mick Foley actually inserted himself in that match. Well, yeah, and there were also advertisements. So after that, Jericho turned face, and then in this face run, well, he was super over, and he beat Triple H via a fast count, which in a storyline perspective, the title win did not count. But the pop of that night was so loud, and yeah, the guy was actually over. And then while Chris Jericho and Triple H had this feud in 2000s, and yeah, for Chris Jericho, well, he was getting over and he's getting IC titles and championship runs. And then in 2001, he made his biggest mark by actually joining the Alliance storyline, which he was the part of Team WWE, which he has actually a feud also with the returning Rock. Well, The Rock actually returned in 2001. Well, he actually had his movie appearances, and he feuded with Chris Jericho when The Rock actually won the WCW Championship, which was later renamed as the World Championship. And then Jericho and Rock actually trading titles with each other. With this feud, well, Jericho act heelish, well, because The Rock was actually over as a babyface during that time. And then this heel turn through Chris Jericho, well, it solidifies during the WWE versus WCW match, where the stipulation was if WWE win, they actually own the entire locker room like that, or WWE himself, and WCW won, and the Alliance owned the WWE in a winner-take-all match, which actually happened at Survivor Series 2001, which Jericho attacking Rock almost costing Team WWE the match. But yeah, Team WWE actually won that match due to Kurt Angle siding with Team WWE in the end. And then Jericho's heel run started, which later on he became the first ever undisputed WWE champion by defeating The Rock and Stone Cold at the same night. And yeah, that actually happens, and this heel run was ignited. And then later on, he actually defeated The Rock and Stone Cold in pay-per-views, which, while during this time, he associated himself with Stephanie McMahon because during his rivalry with Triple H, which Triple H returned as a babyface, and now Jericho acting as the heel, which roles reverse 2 years or 1 year prior to the build-up, which the build-up was actually more on focus on the husband and the wife, and Chris Jericho actually acting like the third person in the feud, and then Jericho actually bragging also about the match that while Triple H actually was injured, and they put it on a storyline perspective. And then after that, well, he was actually, well, back to the mid card scene, and somehow he goes to the lower card scene and then the tag team scene, which in 2002 the Reign of Terror actually begun. And yeah, a lot of guys didn't have a world championship run during this time. And also Chris Jericho, while he was winning IC titles left and right. And then in 2003, he battled Shawn Michaels in a WrestleMania Classic, and they have this rematch on a episode of Raw. And then he formed, which later on Chris Jericho and Christian have a tag team, which later on they actually won the titles. And then, well, I'm not sure if it is 2002 or 2003, but at this time he is still a heel. Until 2004, which he acted as a babyface because, well, he felt actually guilty for a storyline with Trish, and then they form a bond until WrestleMania, which Trish turned heel, joining Christian. But, well, the reasons are, well, the Canadian dollar between the two tag team, Chris Jericho and Christian, betting on Lita and Trish. And then in 2004, well, he won IC title again, which, well, he was over, and, well, he was there, he was performing in the mid-card scene. And then, well, in 2005, he actually recommended the Money in the Bank ladder match, which by himself, he actually told that he was the inventor of that match, which Edge won the match. And then later on, he has this feud with John Cena and Christian, his former tag team partner for the WWE Championship, which, well, Chris Jericho was defeated by Cena in the feud, and then he turned heel, well, because of the Cena storyline. And then he was off by the WWE that time, which he actually was absent for 2 years before returning in late 2007, which, well, he returned as a babyface, now having a feud with Randy Orton, and then later with JBL, and then winning his 8th IC title here, well, against Jeff Hardy. And then he performed in WrestleMania in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which he failed. And then later on, well, he had this feud with Shawn Michaels, which turned him heel, and then he lost the title to Kofi. And then the two feud, which later on Chris Jericho, during his feud, well, he won the World Heavyweight Championship, which during this time, from the Y2J character, well, he has this character, which he actually called himself the Honest Man, and he changed all of his Y2J character into this more serious tone of a heel, instead of wearing jeans and what he actually wears mostly, while he wear now a tie and a suit. And then, yeah, the Chris Jericho heel run, which actually long lasted in 2 years. So what did Chris Jericho did in these 2 years? Well, first, the World Heavyweight Championship run, which he won in 2008. And then, yeah, well, he won it twice during that year, while losing it to Batista and John Cena. And then in 2009, well, he won the World Tag Team Championships with the Big Show. As the Jericho, well, they dominated the tag team division. While Edge and Chris Jericho originally won the tag team championships, but yeah, Edge was injured and Jericho was formed, while Big Show joined Chris Jericho. And also during this year, Chris Jericho in 2009 having his 9th record Intercontinental Championship reign, which he defeated Rey Mysterio for it, and then Mysterio defeating him before, well, he goes to the Tag Team Championship run. And then in 2010, well, he won his last World Heavyweight Championship by defeating The Undertaker and a lot of SmackDown stars in an Elimination Chamber match, which due to HBK's interference, and then he defeated Edge at WrestleMania before defeated by Jack Swagger. And then yeah, he was putting over talents as a heel in 2010 before he left the company. And then he returned in 2012, now again, still as a heel. He feuded with CM Punk, and then he turned face when he feuds with Dolph Ziggler, which in this feud, while the Money in the Bank briefcase was on the line, and then it was actually put to make Chris Jericho written off television, and then he returned in 2013 in the Royal Rumble match, which, well, by this time, he also feuded with Fandango, which he debuted in WrestleMania. And then during this time, while Chris Jericho was making fun of Fandango, then yeah, also, while he somehow was interjected in the IC title picture, which he failed. And then in 2013, while he does face stuff. And then in 2014, well, still as a babyface till in 2015. He feuded with a lot of stars, and then he actually put them over. Stars such as Bray Wyatt, and other members of the WWE locker room. And then in 2016, he liked a new character when he actually turned heel, and it was so over that people actually like it. The introduction of the list, instead of the light up jacket, he wears a scarf, and he actually calls people, and then he has catchphrases such as "it" and many more. He put over a lot of stars also during this time, and then he won the United States Championship twice before, he was actually put over off television in 2017. And also during this time, he feuded with Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins in this 2016 and heel run, and then also with AJ Styles. And then he performed his last match on SmackDown, putting over AJ Styles. In a triple threat match also involving Kevin Owens, and then he actually had this debut on NJPW and making a last appearances on the WWE in 2018 before the AEW company started in 2019. And then Chris Jericho now in AEW and NJPW, acting as a heel, as the Painmaker, Alpha, Le Champion, a lot of things that he calls himself, Demogod, and etc. And that's it for heel versus face Chris Jericho. So which character do I prefer for him? I can say both. As a heel, he reinvents himself into this new character. Even as a face, he always keeps on reinventing himself during the years. And he knows how to actually make his character more interesting. By this time also, he's putting over talents left and right. As a heel, he created the list and then a lot of catchphrases. And he changed his demeanor from the fun-loving Chris Jericho into the serious tone Chris Jericho. And then he even is arrogant during his Undisputed Championship run. And now, as Le Champion, he is putting over the bubbly, which was actually over, and he is actually selling it. As a face, he does a lot of stuff in the WWE, and in AEW, he was never a face as of now, which I'm not sure when will that happen. So that is for today's video. And I'm sure if he is a face, it will be also interesting, just as his heel moves and heel moments. And again, this is Mikeratto. Subscribe for more videos, like, comment down below, and share. Subscribe. Peace.